let's jump
in. What
do
you want to talk about?
Well, where to begin? I mean, I guess we're at South by, so we should probably start with South by conversations. But we're here with Dermot Kennedy here backstage at the Vivo House. Not so much backstage, more in a car park by a trailer. The glamorous lifestyle of the rich and famous happening right here.
Though. It's a good buzz. It's nice.
When did you get into Texas?
This morning. Yeah.
Was it your first time to Austin?
Yeah, first time in Texas.
Wow.
Yeah. So first time in Austin, first time at South by. So yeah, super excited.
What have you heard about South by Southwest? Because I mean, it's such a legendary festival.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things. Everybody I know who's been here just loves it and kind of loves going back and everything. I heard it's kind of almost a reality check in some senses because you just see like hundreds of people trying to do exactly what you're doing. So I mean, we're just here to have fun. We got some really good shows to do, so we're just excited. Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited to see the show tonight. What's kind of the setup? What are you kind of touring with band-wise and setup-wise?
There's 4 of us now. So I mean, the way the songs have gone from being like an acoustic production to being like a bigger thing. There's like, I'm like in front, and then I'm on guitar, and then there's a drummer, bass synth, and then keys as well. So yeah, it's a bigger sound. Like, it's pretty big.
I was going to say that sounds bigger than the record.
Yeah, exactly. But it's kind of like the stuff that I put out on Spotify first was like mainly acoustic, and now it's kind of headed this way. So it's just, I mean, it's what I'm excited about in terms of production and in terms of releases, and also it's just more fun live to have 4 of us up there instead of just being on my own.
When you first started touring, were you just playing solo?
Yeah, pretty much, and that was what I intended to do. But
just guitar?
Yeah, totally. And I mean, there's parts of the set where I kind of drop it down to just that again because I miss it sometimes. You know, like there's nothing quite like just having that like little pin drop moment where you've just got your guitar and nothing else, and it's like super tense. Like, and I don't want to lose that just by playing with a band all the time. So I go back and forth a bit.
But does it also mean there are some songs where you can just focus on the vocals and you don't have to, or do you always have an instrument in front of you?
Not always. Yeah, there's a couple of songs where I used to play keys, and now we've got a guy who's much more capable than me. So he does it, and I get to just stand there. So yeah. Because
I mean, you play keys and guitar though,
Yeah, guitar's my thing though. I can't I write on a piano, and I can.
Do you write on the piano?
Yeah, and I used to play live, and I'd kind of make my own way through it. Like, I was never taught; I just kind of figured it out. And
so you can't read sheet music like
not for
most
piano,
musicians.
No. Yeah. And,
most contemporary musicians. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But but the guy we've got now is amazing. So yeah, it makes life easier.
Looking to the year ahead, I mean, we're here in Texas. You've got some more shows within the States before you come to Australia?
Straight after. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're doing like Dallas straight after this, and then working our way to LA and up to Vancouver, and then over to Sydney.
So is this your only South by show?
No, we're here for 5 days.
Okay, yeah. I thought you had a few shows.
Yeah, we're here for 5 days. We've got 6 shows, yeah.
Cool. That's a good amount for your first South by.
Yeah, so I've heard. I mean, because to me, it sounds like tons, like 6 and 5 days, but I feel like other people here do a lot more than that.
Yeah, there are some artists doing like 13 over 6 days, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Vocally, I would die.
Yeah. So. What do you do to keep the voice in check?
I take care of it. I mean, to be honest, you can worry yourself into having a sore throat, I think. And it's like the last few nights, like Nashville and then Chicago before that, I just didn't think about it. And it's funny because people would say like having a couple of beers is the worst thing you can do for your voice, but that's what we did. And so like you're just more carefree, and you kind of sing the way you would at home, and it's interesting. The more I just kind of ignore it and dismiss it and stop worrying, it's like that's when it goes well.
Yeah.
If I'm kind of like drinking throat coat all day and like drinking honey all the time, it's like overkill nearly, and you nearly worry yourself into having problems.
You've gotten to tour with a lot of musicians who have been using their voice live for decades.
I know,
and be around them. I mean, do you kind of steal tips from them with those sorts of things?
Yeah, totally. But I think it comes from, I think it kind of like that. It comes from within. It's just like if you're too worried about it, you're going to fuck it up. And if you just kind of go into it and don't think and just kind of sing the way you've been singing for years, it's like that's when it works out. But yeah, I mean, I feel like some people, Glenn Hansard, for example, who I did a couple of things with, his technique is just sorted. He could sing for hours, and he still does, and it's just, it just never breaks. He's just kind of.
Is whiskey his secret?
I don't think so. You see him. I saw him at a place and he was playing like all night, like just in a bar, and it was like hours and hours, and he wasn't drinking. He was like taking care of himself, and everyone else was hammered. And it was like,
But he knows how to like control that room of.
Oh, totally.
Of drunkards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's been around. I feel like he's the master of it now. But yeah.
And that's, I suppose, what you're working towards.
Well, yeah.
Become master of the drunkards.
If you can be anything like him, I'd be winning. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Just another beaten up guitar and touring the world. Well, we're excited to get you down to Australia in a few weeks. Sydney, Melbourne already sold out, which is pretty remarkable. It's your first visit, isn't it?
Crazy. Yeah, I've never played there. It's so cool. And I mean,
you never even came down as a stereotypical British backpacker.
Not
British, sorry.
No, Irish, but Irish. My sister.
Pretty much the same thing when it comes to backpackers, but yeah.
My sister lived in Perth, so I was there.
Oh, really cool.
I was there a couple of years ago. She was working as a doctor out there because it's like much better for doctors to be there, and so I went there, but I've never been the other side, so I can't wait. Yeah. We added the Brisbane show as well because the first two sold out. So
yeah. Oh, that's
can't complain.
It's going to be great, and it's kind of great timing too. You've got the EP out, the new single, and kind of you're evolving the sound. Are you bringing the band with you, or are you just doing solo
Absolutely,
shows?
yeah. It's all of us going. Yeah.
Fantastic. So we're going to get a taste of, I suppose, the record while
for
you're
sure.
down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited.
So how far along is the record?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of at that point now where I've released like a few singles past the EP last year, and then it's now at a phase of kind of like just gathering songs and taking everything from even like years and years ago and seeing if that belongs on a record. And then, I mean, I'm not in a rush at all. I mean, I've got songs to release. I've got a mixtape coming out soon, which is like a bunch of songs. So, I mean, it won't be a drought by any means, but I'm not in a rush to bring out an album either.
I imagine, though, you have like a lot of music that's kind of just sitting there.
Yes.
Because you strike me as someone who writes a lot.
Yeah. No, there's tons of stuff floating around, and I have to figure out, because of the change that's been happening in terms of the sound, some of it is like acoustic and some of it's way pushed like production wise, and so it's like,
do you want to have a mix of that on
totally. I want to basically bring those two parts of my musical career together, I guess, and but for them to live together and not for it to be like half one of the album, half two. I want them to I think they can exist together. If it's not too far either side, I think they can live together.
And it's it makes perfect sense too with where you've come from and where you're going musically to combine the two, because you're comfortable within both worlds. So why not embrace it?
Yeah. And I mean, I'm definitely less comfortable in the world of kind of bigger production and with the band and stuff. So I mean, I feel like that's where I should go. I mean, like it would be too easy to stay and do the acoustic stuff the way I've been doing for years and years. This is just fun. It's like it feels like kind of new territory for me. So it's just exciting. Yeah.
One thing that I've noticed at the Vivo stage in particular, I don't know if it's requested of the artist or they've just been doing it, but pretty much every artist I've seen here has been doing a cover as part of their set.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
You're not? Okay. Well, then I'll skip this question. But I was going to ask though. You know, do you have a favorite kind of song that you often like to slip into a set that's not your own?
Yeah, I feel like if I was to do a cover of like a Mumford song or a Glenn Hansard song or something, it's like I can't necessarily access where they were for that song. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I'm not going to try and do a better version because I'm not going to, because that song belongs to them. And so that's why, I mean, it's fun to me to do like Kid Cudi covers, Kanye covers, stuff like that.
I was going to say, it's when you cross genres, that's when it gets fun.
Yeah, because I can do my own thing to it. Like if I just grab a guitar like another guy who had a guitar and had the feelings himself, it's like there's no point in me doing that. So it's just fun. Yeah, we've got a thing. We've got the Bud Light Jam on Friday with the Roots, and I'm doing a Kanye cover. Gonna do Heartless.
That'll be so much fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm like I believe intimidated as hell by them, but it's like
I believe that's when they use the term lit. That would be quite lit.
We'll see.
If I use the term correctly.
Yeah.
So white.
No, it's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a good one.
I mean, look, you're gonna be surrounded by incredible musicians all week, and like you're gonna walk down 6th Street, and just music coming out of every corner and every orifice of this city.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you gonna try and check out some music while you're
Totally.
here?
Yeah. I mean, cause we've been on tour, I'm like even a little bit ignorant to like everything that's going on. There's an Irish band over called Talos who I really want to see. Stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, because like touring and the way things have been going, I've been away from home so much. I'm almost seeing this as an opportunity to kind of catch up on Irish music and see some people that are here. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like after like tonight, I'm gonna settle in and take a proper look and see what's going on.
And I'm gonna put you on the spot here, but given you coming to Australia, do you have any? Are there any Aussie artists that you're a fan of?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you probably know what I'm gonna say, but Matt Corby's a favorite for sure.
No, I wouldn't. I didn't expect you to say that.
That song he had, Runaway, was incredible. Yeah, and kind of following on from talking about my voice and stuff, like someone who has a voice like that, it literally sounds like it's in perfect condition all the time. I remember I saw him singing Brother on Balcony TV like years ago, and I was kind of a fan since, so yeah, he's top of the list for me.
He's an incredible performer.
Yeah.
Well, look, we can't wait to get you down to Australia. I'm excited to see you tonight, my first time seeing you.